partnerships.
Christina?
So I've been in the business 25 years, and I started as a feature filmmaker and realized there wasn't a business in features. So I moved into television. And about 10 years ago, we made a series called Regenesis with TMN and Movie Central. And at that time, it was the science investigation series. We thought we would actually do a website. And at that time, the websites for television consisted really of fan sites. You could go get the bio on the guy or the location or something. And what we did with Regenesis, which won us an Emmy and a Rocky, was we actually did a game and we put clues in the drama. So if you were an avid fan of Regenesis, every week, scripted with the writing department, were clues that took you to the game, which won us, as they say, those great awards. We followed that up with a couple of other convergent properties that won us some Geminis, and I suppose about 5 years ago, we decided to make the big investment in Smoke Bomb. And the last 5 years for me has been truly an extraordinary experience, because I am no longer a television producer. I am a content creator, and every single bit of our being as a company is where should content live, where is the best place for it to live, where should it launch, what is that second screen experience, which isn't just playing the content on the second screen. And so Smoke Bomb right now is focused on 2 demographics. We can't do everything, we're a small company. The 18 to 34 demo and the tween demo.
So my business model is very much evolving, I think, out of a lot of the surprises that happened out of creating a viral 9-minute health video by accident. The original video was commissioned by St. Michael's Hospital here, and it's a very simple drawn animation message that went peer-to-peer and then country-to-country, and is basically spawning a new sort of business opportunity for me and my friend who's a doctor. And one of the big surprises was that I thought once it's out there for free, and especially wide, that's it, it's over. And in fact, the opposite has proven right. It's probably no news to lots of people, or the opposite has proven true. Lots of people have come to us for way more than the original budget for the right to repurpose it with a little bit of a bookend to brand it. And one thing that we've done, and we're continuing to doing on all the videos that we're doing, is by owning the IP, we're saying, listen, if you're commissioning this in the beginning, or if you're helping us as a partner, this is going to have an ongoing life, and we're building this library and finding, new distribution, dissemination pathways, which are only going to benefit you if you're interested in this message as a partner along the way. So the business is evolving, and we'll see where it goes.
Great, thank you. So our mandate today was to talk especially about partnerships. So I wondered, I thought that Raja and Ian, you're kind of perhaps working on that in the most conventional definition of that term, and you work together. So I thought perhaps you could start by telling us a little bit. I mean, Ian, you're working with Red Bull. You're also working with OxTV. Maybe you can start telling us a little bit about how you find those partners and what they mean to you.
I think, so there's 2 very distinct types of relationships. One is with other media companies that we work with, like with Raja. And I think when Ox first launched is when we first met, and Exclaim was developing video content for bands who we were showcasing. And there was an opportunity to work with Ox to get this content not just online, but on TV. Through Ox, and I think our relationship kind of went from there, and there's been a number of different projects that we've worked on together. There's one that we worked together with CBC, which is called X3 Artist, where we worked together promoting specific artists across the country. And those types of relationships for me are very different from the client relationships that I have, which is in the music industry. I think this is a very interesting change, where there's a number of brands that we work with, where in the past we would be a place where they would market their wares, so to speak, and buy ad space in print or online. But now these brands are becoming content creators themselves, and probably the 3 that I work with the most are Red Bull, Scion, and Jägermeister. And all of those brands themselves, they have direct relationships with bands and events, and we've started working with them on a number of their projects, and it's great content, and they're doing great work, and it's really the tables have turned in a lot of ways where an advertiser is coming to us with
So the advertiser is
content.
themselves creating content.
Pardon me?
The advertiser is themselves creating content. I mean, they become a content
yeah, and I mean the
creator
champion
in
of
their own
that
right.
is, I mean, everybody here can probably think of 3 or 4 examples, is Red Bull. I mean, in sports and music is a smaller platform for them, but they do a lot of stuff, like the Red Bull content that they create. I mean, they've started a part of a company called Red Bull Media House, which is them being the content creators, you know, and you know, people can argue about the quality of what's out there that they're putting, but you know, they do a lot of great content, and it gets a lot of exposure.
Raja, can you explain what you meant when you said that your business is only about partnerships?
Sure. I should also say that my 7-year-old is now asking me what Red Bull is. So they're doing something right with that Felix Baumgartner jump.
They're a media company.
So much so that I went to my board and I said, I think we should get into soft drinks as a business model. And I'm kind of not even joking. But
Blue Ant and Red Bull, right?
yeah, exactly. It works, right? But you know, we're in a knowledge economy. It's all. It's not about building widgets and building castles with moats around it and protecting yourself from competitors. In fact, those are the companies I think will fail and fall the hardest. I believe that the future of business is all about building bridges, not moats. Connecting with other companies, becoming part of the flow of information and data and content, which is really a river. It's not a lake of content, it's a river of content that moves around different screens, different devices, different platforms. So you have to be in the river. You can't be, again,
Can
with
you
a
give me an
motor
example of that in your business?
Sure. We're not in the business of amassing eyeballs and impressions on our media properties, which is totally counterintuitive for a media company. We're in the business of creating great content and amassing viewers and eyeballs of that content. It's an easy thing to say. Lots of people have been saying it for a long time, but for us it's fundamental. My business model doesn't care whether you watch my content on my website or my TV channel or somewhere, or in a different country on a different channel, or on Facebook or on YouTube. We're building it, our business through partnerships, building a distribution network for our content. We look at our channels, our owned channels, as just one of the spigots on that thing, one of the spokes in the wheel of how we distribute our content. You know, Rogers and Shaw and Bell are distributor partners on that side, but you know, Google, YouTube, Yahoo, AOL are partners on the other side. It's critical for us to own content, which is, again, broadcasters don't typically think that way. Most of them don't. And that doesn't mean manufacturing content. There are lots of other people in the world who are better at manufacturing content than we are. It means controlling rights and the ability to do this and to build this distribution network. So again, my business plan, first thing that I have to do is build partnerships. It doesn't work. I can't compete with Rogers, Bell, and Shaw by trying to build a bigger, you know, mousetrap. It doesn't work.